welcome back to the College CDO Podcast. We have an incredible deep dive lined up for you today, and I'm going to give you a full rundown of the content right off the bat because, well, we are covering a massive amount of ground.
We really are. There's just a lot to get through today.
Definitely. So we're looking at our latest research file. It's an extensive guide titled 10 AI Side Hustles You Can Run Between Classes. And the mission of today's deep dive is to explore exactly how anyone, but especially a busy student juggling a chaotic academic schedule, can build a legitimate, steady side income.
Working just, 3 to 6 hours a week?
Exactly, just 3 to 6 hours. So we are going to break down how to build a content and marketing engine for local businesses.
Right. How
to become a retention king by repurposing long-form media, how to pitch high-value B2B services like custom chatbots, and finally, a campus-specific play for upgrading your peers' resumes.
It's a packed agenda.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because when you and I think about the traditional student hustle, we usually picture, picking up grueling extra shifts at the dining hall, right?
Oh, yeah. Or selling back used textbooks for basically pennies on the dollar.
Exactly. Or maybe tutoring underclassmen for minimum wage.
Yeah.
But our source material today makes a very bold claim. Those days are over. The tools available to us right now have entirely shifted the landscape of what a single person with a laptop can accomplish.
What's fascinating here is that the fundamental economics of freelance work have been completely rewritten. Historically, if you wanted to offer professional services to a business space,
like, say, graphic design or copywriting.
Exactly. You needed expensive software suites, years of specialized training, and most importantly, large blocks of uninterrupted time. Delivering high-level work used to require a whole creative team.
Right.
But today, artificial intelligence allows a solo individual, like a college student, sitting in a library between lectures to deliver that exact same value. The secret sauce is that you are no longer selling your raw mechanical labor.
You aren't spending 4 hours staring at a blank page trying to write a blog post.
No, not at all. Instead, you're using AI to compress that manual effort into minutes. You become the editor, the director, and, the manager of the output.
I hear that, but let me play devil's advocate for a second. That brings us to the first major theme from the research, which is the content and marketing engine.
Okay, yeah.
This covers side hustles like social media caption writing and SEO blog writing. Now, if I am a local coffee shop owner or I run a boutique downtown, why on earth would I pay a college student to write my Instagram captions?
It's a fair point.
Right, because couldn't I just download an app like ChatGPT myself for $20 a month and do it for free?
That is the million-dollar question, and the answer really comes down to two things, time and taste. Yes, the coffee shop owner could use AI, but they are too busy actually running their business.
Managing inventory, dealing with payroll.
Making the coffee. They just don't have the time to sit down and learn how to properly talk to an AI. And more importantly, the value the student provides isn't in just pressing a generate button.
Okay, so where is the value?
The value is entirely in the editorial layer. If a business owner just types "write an Instagram post" into an AI, the output is going to sound hollow, robotic, and generic. It might even include emojis that make absolutely no sense.
Oh, I've seen those.
Right. Publishing that kind of unedited content can actually damage a client's brand.
So it's less about the AI writing the text and more about the student having the taste to fix the AI's mistakes.
Precisely. Quality control is non-negotiable here. The student acts as the editor of voice and accuracy. You take the raw clay provided by AI tools like Claude or Jasper, and you mold it so it sounds authentically like that specific coffee shop.
You add human examples, verify facts, maybe adjust the tone.
Exactly. That judgment is what the client is paying for. And the economics are incredible. A student can charge a local business $150 to $300 a month for 30 social media captions. And once you have your prompts dialed in, generating and editing a month's worth of content takes only 1 to 2 hours of actual work.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
The business is paying for the finished, polished product, not the rough draft.
Yes.
So what about the longer form stuff like SEO blog writing? And for anyone listening who isn't deep into digital marketing, SEO just stands for search engine optimization. It's basically the dark art of making sure your website actually shows up on the first page when someone Googles a topic.
A very valuable dark art.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But isn't that usually handled by expensive professional copywriters?
It is. A professional copywriter typically charges anywhere from $200 to $500 for a single blog post. But by utilizing AI, a student can severely undercut that market while still making a great hourly rate.
The source highlights using specialized tools for this, right? Like Surfer SEO or ClearScope.
Yep. Those tools basically scan the top results on Google and tell you exactly which keywords your article is missing in order to rank high. You take those keywords, feed them into ChatGPT or Claude to draft the article, and then you spend your time editing and refining it.
And what's the payout for that?
A student can deliver a fully optimized 800 to 1,200 word blog post for $75 to $150. And because the AI did the heavy lifting of the initial draft, the whole process only takes an hour and a half to 2.5 hours.
That is a massive competitive advantage. Our research also extends this content engine idea into visual content and email newsletters. Let's talk about the visuals first.
Sure.
Graphic design used to be a huge hurdle. You had to know Photoshop inside and out. But now we have AI image generators.
Right. Tools like Midjourney and Deli 3. Small businesses constantly need custom promotional images, fresh menu visuals, or event flyers, but they absolutely cannot afford to keep a traditional graphic designer on a hefty retainer.
Yeah, that's just not in the budget for a mom and pop shop.
Exactly. So a student can step in and generate professional-grade visuals in seconds.
But again, I have to ask, doesn't AI art sometimes look incredibly obvious? We've all seen those AI-generated images where the person has 7 fingers or the background looks like a weird fever dream.
Oh, definitely.
How does a student ensure the client gets something actually usable?
That is where a very specific human skill called prompt engineering comes in. That is the real craft here. Anyone can type, make a picture of a coffee cup into Midjourney and get a cartoonish result.
Right.
But prompt engineering means knowing how to specify the exact parameters, the cinematic lighting, the mood, the specific composition, the film grain, the camera lens type.
It's very technical.
It is. That level of detail is what separates a stunning professional-grade image from a mediocre AI generation. The source highly recommends investing time in prompt libraries like Prompt Hero to master this exact skill.
That attention to detail totally applies to email newsletters too. We all have that one local pizza place that sends out promotional emails with a subject line in all caps that looks like a ransom note.
Yes, it's terrible.
It really is.
Yeah.
But email is still the best way to actually get customers to open their wallets. Voters just treat it like homework they never want to do.
Exactly. So the student's job is to gather the inputs, the weekly promotions, the local news, the specials, and use AI to draft a beautiful, engaging newsletter. The AI provides the volume and the structure, but the human brings the local context and the warmth that makes the audience actually want to read it.
And what's the going rate for something like that?
For that service, you can charge $100 to $300 per monthly send, or even set up a weekly retainer for up to $600 a month.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Let's shift gears to what the research calls the retention kings.
Okay, let's do it.
This covers content repurposing and short-form video. And just to define retention for a second in the freelance world, retention just means getting clients to stick around and pay you month after month, so you aren't constantly stressed out hunting for new gigs.
Which is the dream.
Right. So how does a student lock a client in?
By becoming an integral part of their media workflow. Content repurposing is the ultimate example of this. Let's say a real estate agent or a business coach records a 1-hour podcast or a keynote speech. Usually they post that video online, and that's it.
They just leave it there?
They are leaving so much value on the table. A student can come in and use an AI transcription tool like Whisper, which is an open AI tool that just listens to audio and types it out with scary accuracy.
So you get the full text transcript of that 1-hour recording.
Yes. Then you feed that text into an AI and ask it to slice it up.
So you're basically chopping up one big video into a dozen smaller pieces for different apps.
Exactly. You turn that one transcript into a dedicated blog post, 5 engaging LinkedIn posts, 10 tweets, and a Friday email newsletter.
That's incredible leverage.
The time reality here is wild. Processing 1 hour of audio into 5 polished pieces of content takes about 2 to 3 hours, and the student can charge $50 to $200 per piece.
Wow.
The reason this is the highest retention service is because of its incredible stickiness. Once a creator trusts you with their voice, and they see that you can take their 1 hour of effort and magically turn it into a week's worth of multi-platform marketing, they will rarely leave you.
Because you aren't just selling them a blog post.
Exactly. You are giving them their own time back, amplified across the internet.
Okay, I love that concept. And the exact same demand applies to short-form video, which is another massive hustle highlighted in our data. The demand for TikTok and Instagram Reels scripts is just off the charts.
It really is.
But let me push back a little here. Isn't the market completely oversaturated with TikTok scripts? It feels like everyone is trying to be a short-form video editor right now.
There is a lot of noise, yes. But there is a massive shortage of structured storytelling. Creators know they need to post constantly to stay relevant, but they struggle to structure their ideas in a way that actually holds an audience's attention.
So what's the fix?
Our source material provides the exact formula that consistently performs well. You start with a strong hook, provide immediate context, deliver the core value, and end with a clear call to action, all packed into 60 to 90 seconds.
So it's a very specific recipe.
Yep. Once a student understands that underlying formula, they can use AI to generate structural variations on almost any topic instantly. A student can deliver a batch of 10 polished scripts in just 2 to 3 hours, netting anywhere from $100 to $250. It is brilliant leverage.
Let's move from the creating side over to the technical side, because the source introduces a whole new tier of what it calls high-value B2B solutions.
Business to business.
Right, so you're pitching to other companies rather than individual consumers. This includes building custom chatbots for local businesses.
Yeah.
Now, I have to stop you here. If I am a 19-year-old college sophomore, walking into a brick-and-mortar business and pitching them a custom tech solution sounds absolutely terrifying. How does a student get over that imposter syndrome?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the pitch isn't actually about the technology at all.
It's not.
No, the pitch is about time. The psychology of the sale is to frame it around a simple promise: never answer the same question twice.
Oh, with that.
Picture a local yoga studio. The owner is trying to teach classes, manage payroll, and clean the mats, but their Instagram direct messages keep buzzing with people asking, "Do you rent yoga mats?" or "What time is the beginner class?"
So they're manually typing out the same responses 100 times a week.
Exactly. When a student walks in and shows them how a custom chatbot can handle 90% of those messages automatically, giving them hours of their week back, well, the fact that a 19-year-old built it doesn't matter. It becomes a remarkably easy sell.
That makes a lot of sense when you frame it around their pain points. But what about the actual building part? Don't you need to know how to code in Python or something to build an AI chatbot?
Not anymore.
And what happens if the AI goes rogue, hallucinates, and tells a customer that the yoga studio is offering free lifetime memberships? How does the student manage that risk?
Those are very valid concerns, but the technology has evolved to solve them. You don't need to know how to code at all. The source points to no-code platforms like Chatbase, ManyChat, and VoiceFlow.
No code, just meaning drag and drop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are dragging and dropping visual blocks on your screen instead of writing lines of code. And as for the hallucination risk, these aren't free-thinking AI bots pulling random info from the internet. You restrict them.
How so?
You feed the bot a very specific document containing only the business's frequently asked questions, their tone guidelines, and their product info. Guardrails are put in place so the bot only answers based on the data you provided.
That's brilliant.
A student can build, test, and deploy one of these restricted FAQ bots in 3 to 5 hours and easily charge a $200 to $500 setup fee.
That is incredible. And staying in that high-value B2B space, the research also covers AI-assisted presentation design and AI research summaries. We all know PowerPoint anxiety is real. Most business proposals or pitch decks look visually exhausting.
They really do.
But a student can step in and fix that, right?
Yes. Using specialized AI design tools like Gamma.app, Beautiful.ai, or even Canva's built-in AI features, a student can take a client's messy text brief and generate a cohesive, visually appealing drag deck in about 45 minutes.
And then just polish it up.
Exactly. You spend a few hours polishing the layout and typography. A solid 15-slide business presentation takes 3 to 5 hours of work and can bring in $200 to $600.
And for the research summaries. I know busy professionals constantly need deep dives on specific industry trends, but simply don't have the hours to read 20 academic papers.
This is where tools like Perplexity or Elicit come in. Elicit, for example, is an AI tool specifically designed to scan and summarize academic papers. You can use these tools to synthesize a massive amount of dense data into a crisp, readable 5-page report in just 3 to 4 hours.
And what's the value of that to a business?
You can charge up to $500 for a comprehensive trend report. But again, the value isn't the AI finding the papers. The AI acts as the lightning-fast research assistant, but the student is the lead analyst.
Got it.
The student determines what sources are actually credible and structures the raw data into a narrative that a non-expert can quickly digest.
All right, let's bring it a little closer to home for the student listener. Hustle number 7 in our research is what we're calling the campus play. It is right in the student's backyard resume and LinkedIn profile optimization.
Yes.
Let's be honest, we've all seen those terrible LinkedIn profiles where a 20-year-old describes themselves as an innovative thought leader driving synergistic paradigm shifts. It is exhausting to read.
This raises an important question, though. Why do incredibly smart, highly capable students struggle so much to write a normal resume?
That's a great question.
Our research points out that it's usually because they are too close to their own experience. They have strong potential, but their written presentation is weak. They use cliché buzzwords, generic headlines, and drastically undersell their specific skills because they don't know how to translate a summer internship into corporate value.
So the student offering the service uses AI as a sort of objective translator.
Exactly. AI is remarkably good at professional rewriting. It can take a clunky, humble brag bullet point and turn it into a sharp, action-oriented achievement in seconds.
And they can bundle this, right?
Yeah. A student can offer their peers a complete bundle, a full resume rewrite, LinkedIn profile optimization, and a customizable cover letter template for $150 to $300.
That's a great deal for the peer, honestly.
It is. Because AI accelerates the drafting process, transforming a peer's raw experience into targeted, professional language only takes about 2 to 3 hours per client. You are essentially bridging the gap between your classmates' actual potential and their ability to market themselves to corporate recruiters.
Okay, we have covered some truly lucrative hustles here, from B2B chatbots to campus resumes. But I have to ask the most practical question of all.
Go for it.
If I am already swamped with reading assignments, midterm exams, and a social life, well, how do I actually execute this without completely burning out and failing my classes? Because managing a client relationship during finals week sounds like a recipe for a meltdown.
It definitely can be if you don't have boundaries, but the source material is very practical about this and lays out 4 specific rules of the game to ensure students don't burn out.
Okay, lay them on me.
Rule number 1, depth before breadth. The biggest mistake a student can make is trying to offer all 10 of these hustles at once. You will drown.
Pick a lane.
Exactly. The advice is to choose just 1 or 2 services that naturally match your existing skills. Secure your first 3 clients and build a reliable system before expanding.
That makes sense. What's next?
Rule number 2, build prompt templates. You must document your process. The first time you write captions for a restaurant, it might take a while to find the perfect prompt, but if you save that exact prompt in a document, the next time you land a restaurant client, the work takes half the time.
Work smarter, not harder. What about managing the actual time commitment?
That brings us to rule number 3, which is crucial for academic survival. Protect your schedule. 3 to 6 hours a week sounds entirely manageable until, as you mentioned, finals week hits.
Right.
The strategy here is to treat your freelance hours exactly like a strict university class. Block those hours on your calendar and do not compromise them. Furthermore, you have to batch your client communication.
Meaning don't answer emails during class.
Don't constantly interrupt your study sessions to reply to client emails. Yeah. Set clear expectations from day 1. Tell your clients that you review emails and respond within 24 hours, Monday through Friday.
And the final rule.
Rule number 4 is to underpromise and overdeliver. When you are just starting out, your primary goal isn't maximizing revenue. It is building a bulletproof portfolio and gathering glowing testimonials.
Get the proof first.
Exactly. Charge a little less initially to secure the gig, absolutely blow their minds with the quality and speed of your work, and then slowly raise your rates once you have the concrete proof to back it up.
So, what does this all mean? When we look at all these strategies together, it means that the traditional barriers to freelance income have essentially vanished.
They really have.
The need for expensive software, the steep multi-year learning curves, the requirement to have massive blocks of free time during standard business hours, those barriers have shrunk dramatically. They have shrunk to the point where they can literally be cleared in a single weekend.
It's unprecedented leverage.
You don't need venture capital or a business degree to start. You just need a laptop, a healthy curiosity about how to properly talk to an AI, and the courage to send that very first pitch. If you are listening to this, we really encourage you to look at your own daily schedule.
Take a close look.
Think about that random 2-hour gap you have between your 2 p.m. lecture and your evening study session. That space is no longer just dead time where you scroll on your phone. It is genuinely enough time to build a legitimate, profitable business.
And as we wrap up today's deep dive, I want to leave you with one final, broader thought to ponder, something that builds on everything we've discussed today about leverage and efficiency.
All right, what is it?
If artificial intelligence currently allows college students, working just a few hours a week from their dorm rooms, to easily replicate the high-quality output of junior copywriters, graphic designers, and data researchers, well, what exactly does the traditional entry-level job market look like when these students actually graduate?
Wow. Will traditional junior roles even exist in the corporate world in the way we understand them today?
Or will every single new graduate be expected to manage their own fleet of AI assistants from day one?
That is a heavy and fascinating question to chew on. The expectations for new grads might be completely unrecognizable in just a few years. We will leave you to think about that one. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you feel inspired to keep learning, keep exploring, and maybe even start building something of your own this week. Until next time.